Welcome to Miss Martin Muses. Welcome to Miss Martin Muses, where we muse upon what makes me laugh, makes me cry, makes me happy, makes me sad, or just really ticks me off. Well, today we're going to talk about something that makes me very, very happy. It is the return. It is the return of the double pick. This is one that I had planned for last May, so nearly 12 months ago, and then I had a family situation. So we are now picking up from where we left off with Timon. So he's here tonight. How are you doing?
I'm okay. Could be better, but I'm quite okay right now.
Oh, well, there you are. He's a little bit in the future, but not too far. However, you do have opposite seasons, so that is a thing.
Yes.
You're in autumn right now, right?
Yeah. Yes. Just finished summer in the autumn, but
Mm.
still warm as hell.
Ah,
We will
lovely.
be maybe 2 weeks of cold every year in July.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, that's not bad. Brazil's one. Brazil's the place to be, sort of. Um, but we won't talk too much about that, not tonight, because tonight we're going to talk about what we love. Hello, Dan Blackroyd. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. And look who it is. It is Seregian. I think I got that right. I just got notified you're. How are you, darling? Well, I'm good. I'm ready to talk about some sports movies. The way this double pick thing works is each of us has two picks of sports movies we likes, and people in the chat, please put them in the chat, and we will also discuss them. Tonight it's just me and Timon. We're gonna see how this goes, and so good to see everybody. I'm not too big of a sports person. I just like to watch football, aka soccer. But there's lots of other kind of sports, especially here in America. We love, well, the American football as well as baseball. And down there in Brazil, you all, I know, of course, football. What else do you all like to play down there?
There are two big sports down here besides football. We have volleyball
Mm.
and indoor football.
Oh, I never thought about that. That sounds cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
well,
Okay.
the the best players in best Brazilian players in the world right now all started as kids in indoor football. Uh, there was they got the technique because indoor football is way faster. It's a smaller space. They have to do much more with the ball, so it increases the technique of the player.
Cool. Well, speaking of football, let's go to your first choice. At least I think it's football because I have not seen this movie. Your first pick is Victory.
Also known as escape to victory, depending on the country you resides. It's a World War II movie.
Mhm.
It's what is the Great Escape plus football,
Mhm. Oh, nice. Very nice. So,
and also stars Stallone and Michael Caine. So
so
win-win.
that's an amazing cast. I've been told about this movie that I'm supposed to watch it, but I haven't, and I don't know how it got under the radar for me. Um, so you said that it's kind of like The Great Escape. So it's Nazis, right? They're in a Nazi concentration. No, not concentration
Yes,
camp.
the POW, a prison camp.
Prison.
So
Okay.
yeah, and we have in that prison camp we have all sorts of soldiers from everywhere, and Stallone plays, of course, the American
Hmm.
that don't know shit about football, and
Nice.
Michael Caine is the leader of the team. So he is all Stallone is a, actually act, he, oh my sorry He's actually the guy that is always trying to escape from the POW,
Oh,
and
cool.
he gets into the team so he can uh, escape during the game. Uh,
Oh,
the thing is that Michael Caine plays a footballer, a British footballer that got drafted and went to the war,
mhm.
got captured, but he encounters in the beginning of the film he encounters a German captain official, a German official that recognized him, and then he threw an idea. How about if we play a match, uh, German, the German team against the Allied soldiers,
Huh.
and that's the beginning of the movie.
Nice. Look at these. Look at this cast. Look at them. They're babies, but oh my gosh, so young. All right.
Michael
So,
Caine
oh,
is really young in this movie.
yeah, there he is. Okay, so this looks like the American team. Well, they're all staring at him.
Allied, only one American.
Oh.
The rest is British, Polish. I even have they hired alongside Pele, which in the middle right there.
Mhm.
They hired several football players to make the team. And one of the reviews that I read about this movie is that the footballers taught to the actors how to play football, and the
Mhm.
actors taught to the footballers how to act.
Oh, nice. Oh, look at
Eh,
that.
yeah, the famous bicycle kick.
Yeah.
The he scored in the match. He scored the fourth goal
Uh-huh.
for the Allies, tying the game. And one of the things from the I found a little trivia from this movie is that uh, Stallone plays the end up playing the goalie for the team,
Oh,
and
no.
because football American football is played with their hands, so in the movie they say, I'm good with you good with the feet, I'm good with my hands, and then uh, the he trained with the I believe it was the English national team goalie for the movie. And at
Oh.
first, he didn't care for it. It's just this is easy. There's no there'll be no problem. Then
Uh-huh.
and he skipped the training. Then when the shooting started, he broke two ribs, and then that make him listen to the goalie because to be a goalie you have to learn how to fall so you don't hurt yourself every time. And
Yeah.
in the end, in an interview, uh, Stallone said that the training for this movie was tougher, harder, and tougher than the Rocky ones.
Oh, I believe it. I absolutely believe it. Okay, and then there's the bad guy.
Max Max von Sydow,
Yeah. Wow.
and
Okay.
he's he's the Nazi captain that uh, creates the game,
Mhm.
but he does it for the love of the game. He's a captain. He's a German official, but he was also an ex football player in the movie.
Oh,
And in the end, he even claps for the Allied team. So even as a Nazi, Max von Sydow cannot play the villain.
okay. Well, there you go. So everyone, please, if you haven't, go and watch the Victory. Okay, we have a lot of people in
Yeah,
the chat. Oh, sorry. Do you have anything else to say?
I have just one small rant about this movie that Pelé plays um, a soldier from Trinidad and not from Brazil, and that's really pisses some people around here. And there is a player uh, from Argentina playing uh, an Argentine soldier, which we all know that Argentina never went to war, and they actually help some kind of people escape from the war.
Mm-hmm.
So that we if Stig was here, he I would actually ask him about we. They even in the movie they say, oh, we have a Scottish, we have an Irish, we have a Belgian, a Dane, and we even have a Norwegian. There was a Norwegian player, Halvard Thorsen. I will even ask Steve if he knows me, if
I bet
he
you
is
he does.
a big
Yeah.
player that was right in the 80s.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, yeah, I understand why you're kind of ticked off about that. That's kind of uh,
Yeah,
controversial. It makes
Brazil sent 2,000, no, 25,000. We have 2,000 deaths. That's in the World War II.
hmm
So, come on, you could say
Yeah. Come on,
he's a
victory
freaking.
people. Okay,
Yeah,
so is it?
this movie went to a lot of trouble to get made. Stallone was at the beginning of his stardom, and thank you that he was too big to his breeches, and even he and Michael Caine kind of got it at some times. But Michael Caine say that the only reason that he made this movie so he could act alongside Taylor.
Ah, well, there you go. Okay, this is great. I love it. I want to watch it now. But we have a choice from the chat. We have Happy Gilmore, the best sports movie. I just recently watched that all the way through for the first time with my sister. That's a crazy movie, a golfing movie, comedy. Uh,
I believe
it.
best sports comedy
Mhm.
than movie altogether.
Yeah, the fight with Bob Barker was insane. Okay, Dan Blackwright had gone to replacements because you might see that later. But the other one he says is the Scout with Albert Brooks and Brendan Fraser. Are you familiar with that?
Not I cannot say that I have.
No. Okay, and then Seregrian says the Water Boy. Hmm. Oh gosh, I'm sounding so ignorant.
Yeah. No, The Water
All right.
Boy is another Sandler movie. He
Ah,
plays a mentally handicapped man that can run. He's like that. Oh my god, that Tom Hanks movie, the Forrest, Forrest Gump. He's like, is he kind of like that and good at football?
ah. Okay, there you go. It's and a lot of people are saying the longest yard. Yes. Yeah. So did Puddin' Tame. Hello. And yeah, longest yard. That is the original. That's what they're saying. Yeah. And dodgeball. Oh yeah, dodgeball's crazy.
If you
um,
can dodge a rage, you can dodge a ball.
okay, yeah, we love all of these here. Let's see. We got longest yard. Oh, cool runnings, says Gravy D. Yeah. See, this is what I love about this. Everyone brings their picks, and then we can go and watch them and not watch all this garbage that's is out right now. All right. So please continue to put your picks in the chat. I am starring them as they come up, but I'm going to now go with mine. And this is why I didn't talk about it too much when Sir Regrian said it, because one of my favorites of all time is The Chariots of Fire. This movie. Okay, this is a movie that when I was a little girl, I was flying from Ireland to America, and they had it on, and I was 8. I hated it. I was like, why do they have this stupid movie on? I was so freaking bored. And then I watched it as a grown up, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is like the best movie ever. I like the way they show here that very classic thing when they're running on the beach with that music. And we were talking a little bit backstage about the music. You said that this is one of the first songs or the first song that you learned on the keyboard. Uh, and
Yes, because it's a very simple melody.
mhm,
So I believe is the first song most people learns to play on the keyboard or a
mhm.
piano.
Yeah, it's do so. Yeah, da da C to G. Oh my goodness. Yes, Puddin' Tame. Yes, this is the first. Oops, I just had it up there. This is the time we first saw Ben Cross. Yes, and wow, wasn't he amazing in this? Yeah, I
The
played
first
this.
time that I saw this movie was also in school, and when the history teacher didn't want to give any class, he took the one of the movies from the library, and here today is movie day.
Ah, there we go. Yep, and there's Ben Cross. Yeah, a very very young Ben Cross. Gosh, I forget off the top of my head the name of this, but this was based on real characters, and the character on the left, he's the one who was a very devout Christian. He was, I believe, of the Calvinist tradition in this Scottish kind of church, and kept a very strict Sabbath where he wouldn't run on Sunday. And so he actually had to put his money where his mouth was because his race was going to be on Sunday. One of them was, and he did end up winning a gold medal, but he had to forfeit a gold medal too. So it was a very good debate in the movie about conscience versus, come on, it's just a race. Would Jesus really mind? So here he is, and the real man, he would run like that, like with his head back and his mouth open. Um, and there was even some controversy with some people within his church. He was talking to his girlfriend, I think the woman he eventually marries, and he explained to him, God made me to praise him or to serve him, but he also made me fast. And as he's winning, they do that and do it in slow motion, and I just love that he also made me fast. And this man in real life, he ended up dying in a World War II prison camp, actually. So, he so, and in some places is considered a martyr. Let's see. Oh, Dan Blackbird says I worked on a really low budget independent film here that was a modern day remake of Chariots. It was called 1500 Steps. Interesting story, but hard to get off the ground. Yeah, that's the thing about films. You got to get the money. Um, yeah, I just love it. It's great, and it's very British. It has some part where they're on the boat and they're singing Gilbert and Sullivan from the Pirates of Penzance, and gosh, I just love it. And when they win, it's just so triumphant. And the Ben Cross character, oh, there he is. Yeah, so he did end up. Spoiler alert: he does end up winning one gold medal, but and not the other one. There's Ben Cross. He was a Jew, and of course, back then, Jews weren't really accepted. They didn't mingle, if you will, and so he he felt like he needed to kind of prove himself and show that he I don't know. That he definitely he went through that journey. Ben Cross's character. Oh, whoops, wrong one. Okay. I thought I had another one, but I didn't. So, Chariots of Fire. Oh yes, Sergey says yes. I remember that line. Yes. I just like the way he said it, and it also says something true because sometimes um people can be a little bit uptight. Christians can, and I say this as a Christian, and and he's like, when I run, I feel His pleasure. Yeah, but that it's part of giving glory to God, if you will. Is that yeah. So it's good. Dan Blackbird says
Yeah,
the movie got made just hard to distribute successfully without a serious backer. Yeah.
humans are very tribalist, so anything different than the group is kind of shunned out. So yeah, but we evolved a lot since then.
Yeah. Well, but it also kind of reminded me though, even though this would be a decision I would not make, I don't think God would. I don't keep that kind of a Sabbath. I think it does bring up though, if this is what someone's conscience is, if this is what someone personally feels that they need to do, sometimes we also need to step back and just say, okay, if this is how you feel, even I'm not going to try to force you into something that you're uncomfortable doing. A lesson maybe for today, just let people be where they are, that you don't have to force someone.
Is that old premise: if he's not hurting anyone but himself,
Hmm.
let him do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, precisely. Yeah, especially in matters of conscience. So good movie, good movie. All right, thank you everyone. I love your picks, and you're going to see with the second pick why I didn't go into the other one. This is Tank and a motorcycle. No, the replacements, or yeah, it is the replacements. So why don't you tell us about this movie?
So this movie is one of the two movies that Keanu did that it's those kind of movies that if it's on TV, no matter in which part, I will I'll sit down and I'll watch it. This one
Mm-hmm.
in the John Wick, the first movie, they are just fun.
Mm-hmm.
Is the if fun was at the dictionary and you there was a picture that those two movies would appear to me. The Replacements is about the Washington Sentinels. The main players go on strike, and so that the team doesn't lose the championship, they uh, call some former players that are scattered around the the place to form a new team so they can play the games that are left in the, I believe is the I don't know exactly how the championship works, but they have like maybe 7 or 8 games. But this movie, the the characters that are in this movie, every the players, Gene Hackman as the coach that has an unorthodox coach with
Mm-hmm.
some wacky way of training. It's I can you have to watch it. It's just fun. Is the with the American football theme, is I believe is the most fun movie that you can have with American football. Uh,
Oh,
you have I noted down here. You have uh, a former player that is a religious man, a Christian religious man. We have uh, another one that went to jail and is only out on a governor's program to let of how can I say of letting out
Parole?
the yes, that's the word. You have a Welsh footballer to be the kicker. We have two bouncers uh, to make to be the offense, and you have even a Japanese sumo wrestler
Nice.
making the team. So this is the moment. This and they fight with the original players, and they got sent into jail. In the first time they actually bond as a team, and after this, they start winning some games. Um, they are dancing to "I Will Survive" in a kind of country way to dance. This
Okay.
this is the religious guy, and the other one is they took out he works on a supermarket, and he could run really fast, but he couldn't catch anything. So in the movie they even use glue so he can catch the ball.
Okay. Oh, cool. Dan Blackwater, he says he's just released to play. Oh, I see. He goes back to prison after the season. They changed the character's name in the movie, but he was a past player and but went to prison, and they work out a deal to let him play under a false name. It's hilarious.
Yeah,
All the coaches are terrified of him.
he, yeah. Even Favreau that plays a SWAT police officer
Hmm.
that goes crazy when the ball is on play, and they even kind of uh, befriend one another. This picture is one of the funniest things. Is the in the last game, uh, the the cheerleaders start to they throughout the movie they need some new cheerleaders, and they hired these two strippers.
Oh,
And in the last game, they kind of do the stripping moves, and she slaps the other one's ass, and the football players from the other teams got a fall for false starting or something,
oh, because they
and
got distracted by it.
yeah, and the head coach, oh come on, she slaps the other one's ass.
Okay, I need to see this one. This sounds funny. Oh, there they are smoking a cigarette. Oh, the
Yeah,
80s.
that's Reese Ifans. I don't know if that's how you say his name. He's the British one, and of course the Favreau.
Okay. Yeah, he's who's everywhere. He's like Forrest Gump. Hello, it's Ancient One. Thank you for being here. All right, and then this, I think this next picture is the one that made me go, "What the?" Nigel the leg, I guess, says
Yes,
Dan Blackberry. Okay,
Nigel Gruff or Nigel Delay.
okay, here we go. All right, what the heck is going on here?
I
This
believe
is
this
a
is after his first the first win, and
okay.
I choose this picture because he's supposed to have this amazing leg that can kick a ball across the stadium. Yet he has those, I don't know
Skinny.
how yeah,
Yeah, they're
barely
skinny. They're scrawny. They're
barely.
chicken legs.
And then if you show the other picture,
Okay, this one here.
Yes, this is Roberto Carlos. He was a left, no, right fielder. I don't know now, right now.
Okay.
But he played for the Brazilian national team, and he I believe he's not the most powerful kicker in soccer ever. He's one of top tens easily. One of the his fastest uh, kicks reach 211 kilometers per hour or 132 miles per hour, and
Dang.
he has those thighs bigger
Wow.
than his own head, and you want to say that cricket can play a ball that far.
Oh no. Oh gosh, here's what Girl of Random Thought says. When I wander into here, laugh out loud, I come in and all I see is a guy in tidy whities. And it's ugly too. Okay. Oh man. Okay. So everyone, please, if you haven't seen this movie, The Replacements, we have so many recommendations from here and the chat. I want to go to some more from the chat. We had the elf was in the house. Lady T of the Stars. She said the game plan with the Rock. Okay. Puddin' Tame is reminding us about Burt Reynolds was in The Longest Yard. Yeah, what a legend.
Yeah, the Mean Machine was the
Mm,
team.
yeah.
Sandler did a remake that movie with Burt Reynolds also.
Okay. And Dan Blackbird says the scout is about a baseball prodigy playing in Bush League, Mexico, or somewhere. Frazier is the player, and Brooks is a scout that recruits him to the pros. But he finds out he's kind of a basket case. Oh, well, there you are. So yes, everyone watched the scout. And I can't believe that I didn't say this one because I do hail a little bit from there. Gene Hackman plays a great coach. This and Hoosiers, all-time American icon. Have you seen Hoosiers?
No.
No, it's a basketball one about high school basketball and March Madness. And Dan Blackbird says the other great Keanu Reeves sports movie of the era is Hardball, a lot like the Mighty Ducks, but about baseball and with more of an edge. Oh, okay.
One
Uh,
a basketball movie that I've watched that was really good was with Kevin Bacon. He goes to Africa to recruit a player.
well, there
That
we
was
are.
a
Okay,
fun one.
so everyone watch that. Okay, so any final thoughts about this movie before we go on to my last pick?
Just watch it. This is just fun. You can't go wrong with this movie.
Okay, excellent. So many good recommendations. Oh, Dan Backward has another recommendation. Can't forget to mention Remember the Titans. Also, that has great performances across the entire cast. Oh, yes, I loved Remember the Titans. The air up there, Kevin Bacon is great. Yes, in that he is affirming that. Another movie I just saw for the first time on the airplane was the original movie for Friday Night Lights. That was a very good football movie, and I don't like American football, but I really liked the drama on that and what it said about what high school sports is and how much American football really is part of the culture, if you will, especially in Texas. Now, even though I just got done saying I don't like American football, my
But
last
it
choice
makes
is
some great movies.
it is one. It is Rudy. Rudy. This movie, I love this movie so much. Sean Astin playing a guy who sucks, but his only dream is that he plays Notre Dame football. Now, I have some things to say about Notre Dame football too, because I am so sick. When I was, especially when I was living up north, all Sunday mass. I mean, even the priest would talk about Notre Dame this, Notre Dame that, and I was like, who cares about Notre Dame? And then I watched this movie, and it's like I knew men that cried, like Notre Dame fans that cried at this movie, men, because that's all he wanted, and how he didn't. Oh my gosh, he moved heaven and earth to get to play because he was too small. He had bad grades. He couldn't even get into Notre Dame, and yeah, there he is with his Irish thing, and just by sheer will and prayer, he when it saw him like kneeling by the shrine to Our Lady of Lourdes in Notre Dame, he got a tutor. Here we go. There's John Favreau again, being like Forrest
Yeah.
Gump in every single movie. So he tutored him. Here, I'm going to star that. I'll get to that, Puntain. And then at the very end, he does get to play. Oh wait, this is a little bit out of order. Let me, yeah, there they are, and they started going Rudy, Rudy, and the whole stadium was like Rudy because the coach didn't want to put him in, but it was at the end. It wasn't going to make a difference with the score, and so he let him in for Rudy, and everyone went crazy, and I guess they said that he was the only one who was carried off the field in victory because it was a victory of the human spirit. So Sorogian says, Rudy, not unlike Samwise Gamgee, I can't carry it for you, but I could carry you. Yes. Love this movie. Dan Blackbird says Favreau looked that age from the 90s until 2015. Yeah. Yes, you're right. It was like he had taken the elixir of youth. Oh my goodness. Hey, we have America's Ass in the house. Stop by to say hello. Hello, JT Gunn. Yeah, and feel free to drop your pick for a movie. Then he basically became Santa Claus. Dan Rucker says, oh dear. So that's my second pick. America's Ass is now in Texas. Woohoo! Texas, all hail the mighty state. Welcome to freedom. Welcome to freedom. Very nice. And then everyone's saying hello to JT Gunn. Maury said, I'm surprised you didn't pick Rocky. I'm surprised I didn't too. I was, I guess, trying to maybe not pick obvious movies
Yeah.
and
Not being cliche.
Yeah, but I'll also admit I forgot. Boxing. Oh yeah, it is a sport, isn't it? Because I'm a terrible person. But yeah, Rocky is also Rudy is kind of a lot like Rocky. The same idea. It's an underdog. It's
Same idea as the replacements.
Yes. Uh-huh. And you talk about the triumph of the human spirit, where
For
all
the
they
love
wanted
of
to
the
do was
game.
go the distance.
Yeah, for the love of the game.
Yeah, to
That's
prove that
most
he
of
was.
the sports movies have that theme.
Yeah.
Hey,
That.
if it works, it works.
Yes, it does. It really does. And that moment with the music by Bill Conti in the final fight, when you realize that it's really serious, and then you just hear dun dun dun, and then the music dun 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 dun, 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 and they just showed like one, 3, 4. They have the lady holding up the signs, and then of course at the very end the whole Adrian, and she's like Rocky, and I love
when
you.
when soundtracks meant something.
Yes, yes. It Nowadays soundtracks are so bland. I don't know what's going on with them, and it's not necessarily the composers because you have Hans Zimmer. He did the Pirates of the Caribbean, which is a great score, and now it's like they're telling him to just do boring stuff. But yeah, Bill Conti, um, he's he did a Karate Kid. I guess technically Karate Kid is a sports movie. Amazing score and the use of the pan flute in that.
The,
He
the second one also has a great score.
hmm and great songs. He that man is so rich it just drives me crazy because he also wrote the theme songs for those movies. You're the best, and uh, see, and he did Rocky. We have in this era. I'm not. Oh, wasn't it Goldman rather that did the Rudy score? Jerry Goldsmith, I believe, and he's a great composer. Actually, I think he's gone to the great beyond. If I'm correct, because I know one of them got killed in a car crash. Yeah, Jerry Goldsmith. Yeah, he is dead. Conductor, yes, he was an amazing scorer. Let's not forget Howard Shore. Of course not. Howard Shore from the Lord of the Rings. His Hobbit theme is amazing. Well deserved Oscar win. John Williams, that's a given. And and like I said, Hans Zimmer in his earlier scores. Let's see. Danny Elfman. Hello, Stephen Ransom. If you want to go ahead and give your pick, give one of your picks. Dan Blackbird says, I've always found Rocky 2, 3, and 4 much more memorable and enjoyable than the first. Interesting.
Four is the Russian one with
Mm-hmm.
what is his name? Drake. Drake.
Lofgren?
Dolph Lundgren. Dolph Lundgren plays Draco or Draco, something like that.
Yes. And I loved
That,
him. Yeah, I loved him in
that,
Creed 2. Like, I watched the recent recut of Rocky 4. I just bawled how most when Apollo Creed. Let's see. Oh, Jerry Goldsmith also did Remember the Titans. Alan Silvestri has a perfect movie trilogy score, Back to the Future. Not a single fault. No, that's a good one. Let's
yeah,
see. Yeah.
I believe uh, for in response to Dan Blackroyd, my perfect trilogy score is got to be that Indiana Jones. Fucking
Oh,
love that.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand. What was the trilogy? You
Uh, he Blake choose his perfect movies trilogy score Back to the Future. My perfect movie trilogy score is Indiana Jones.
Oh, Indiana Jones. Okay. Oh gosh, yes, Indiana Jones. Yeah, that's amazing. Uh, well, one has to just mention Star Wars. I did a video actually about the evolution of music from the dawn of time all the way up to the scores of the 20th and 21st century, and John Williams perfectly did the leitmotifs. Siragian said, if we really want to set the Wayback Machine, let's talk about Corn Gold, the Errol Flynn swashbuckler films. Oh my gosh, yeah. Don Duckworth says Williams has two trilogies with Star Wars. True. Yes, the prequel scores are unbelievable. Yes. I should ask anyone playing to see Super Mario Brothers. Probably not. And it's not that I have anything particularly wrong with it. It's just I'm just probably not going to go to the cinema for it. Who do I have starred? Was that? Oh, that was Puddin' Tames about Rocky. Okay.
And
All right. So
one
if anyone
score that
has,
also really touches the feeling nerve is the Superman score,
oh,
also John
super.
Williams.
hmm He knows
When
how to
when
write a tune.
yes, and this is one of the things that we are missing in the movies today. It's like a really good score with the theme that whenever you wanted to You end the movie, seeing the movie, and you want to keep hearing the same score.
Hmm. Okay. Oh, Sarajian says Return of the King is going to be shown in theaters 2 nights this month. I, I don't know if I'll be able to get to do that. But yeah.
Which cut, the 5 or the 6 hours cut?
Yeah. Um, Hopefully the extended version. I think especially Return of the King really needs the extended version. Jim Leckert says some of Williams can be a bit derivative of himself. They can tend to sound the same. His big themes that overarch the movies. That is correct. Um, which is, and it's okay. I don't mind when composers borrow for themselves. Even Mozart did. It's all the time. There's only so many notes on the keyboard, and John Williams liked to use a lot of perfect fourths, perfect fifths, and perfect octaves. When you do that, you're gonna have things very similar. Another one I forgot was Harry Potter. He has a very specific style. Oh no, I am a rose floating in a summer pot. Okay, so the extended edition. That's good. Okay, so I think we got everyone's picks in the chat. My goodness, there were so many good movies. So, of course, we had our picks, we had the replacements, and we had victory. Wasn't it? Yes. It so for Tim's main picks, and mine was Rudy and the Chariots of Fire, and I think we had probably about 15 at least from the chat. So please, everybody, you don't have to watch garbage. You don't have to be frustrated. You don't have to be mad. Look at all this stuff that maybe you haven't seen and pop some popcorn, get some friends, and have some fun with these. This is great. So I'm going to go ahead and start winding this down. We had Dan Blackwright, Ancient One, Puddin' Tames Regian, JT Gunn. Let's see if I missed anyone. Oh, Gorilla's Random Thoughts. We had America's Ass. JT, we had Lady Toriel. We always love our elves here at Miss Martin Muses. Gravy D. I think we had a cat. Yes, Bone showed up. Fook Norris showed up. Oh, whoops. Did I miss that one? He talked about the movie Rad about a bicycle. Oh, if I missed that, sincerely apologize. That was not intended. Let's see. Is there anything else? Agent One says, since you're going to wind this down, Miss Martin Muses, do you wish to raid someone? I do have a raid target in mind for us if you're interested. Okay, yeah, probably not tonight. But please, everyone, like, share, subscribe, and go around and say hi to everyone that's out and about. We need to support each other and love each other and love what we do. Dan Blackbird says all great sports movies are usually about second chances, and all the great ones can be watched in any era. Absolutely, a place for elves. Nice
Yes,
to be made welcome. Yeah.
always timeless.
Yes. So, deeply understandable and smart music. Yes, mainly because it's just yes. I'll just leave it at that. So, Timon, you're around on Twitter, so everyone, please follow Timon Flip on Twitter. And anywhere else where people can find you?
You can always find me modding at the airlock open airlock policy channel
Mm-hmm.
every, not every, but most of Fridays. We have our little own show about mostly Star Wars, Disney, the usual suspect.
Okay. Alrighty, and this double pick is something that I'm gonna be continuing to do, but I can't quite say when, where, or how. I did like this time slot. I loved everyone's choices. I'm gonna be watching movies all this month. Oh, okay. Thank you for putting the link there in the chat, and you can find me here at Miss Martin Muses, where I talk about what makes me laugh, makes me cry, makes me happy, makes me sad, or just really, really ticks me off. I have a video that's almost done. Almost done. I thought I might get it done by Friday, but I might not. So it'll be either be this Friday or next Friday, called Close Encounters of the Kerwin Kind. So if you need to understand what was going on in Close Encounters of the Third Kind, I have broken it down. This has probably been the most difficult video I've made because it's hard to translate musical concepts into a video on the screen. So you can learn more about the letters of J.R.R. Tolkien, and maybe I'll do something about the pan flute. Everything that it makes me interested, and maybe something that you can do it. You know what? I don't have it with me, Ancient One. The link to Timon, but you'll find him around. So have a great day, everyone. Have a great day, and be certain to watch. There we go. Thank you. Oh, Meteor Advocate did it for us. Okay. Be certain to watch every single one of the movies that we talked about tonight. Good night, everyone.
Bye bye.